Without further ado, are you ready for your headliner? Elvis Costello, ladies and gentlemen. Elvis Costello now coming to the stage.
We'll take him.
Is he here? Seriously? Yeah, okay. Anyway, what's going on with you guys? I'm gonna do another 45. That's cool with you guys. It's like, let me hear you. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm Macdonald.
Hey, you're all right, okay? You're all right, okay? It's funny, you're saying about I was on a show with Carson Daly, right? And I'd done a movie, and so they had a show, MTV, it was real big. Remember when people used to watch that? And I had a movie, and so I went, they go, you gotta do Carson Daly. And I was young, and, you know, they said, the way they put it is, you should do Carson. I was like, yes! It's always been my dream, ever since I was young. So do a disc jockey television show. So I'm on the beach house with Carson Daly or some fucking thing. It was all sand. And I'm wearing like a leather jacket. I don't like my body. So I'm all out of shape. Everybody there, like 19, beautiful. So then, fucking Carson Daly thinks to give me a funny bit. He's like, Norm, by the end of the week, we're getting some swim trunks. He didn't say trunks, you know. I'm like, nah, it's not gonna happen, you know. Might as well abandon that thought, you know. So then he's like, hey, the commercial goes, well, pass around the pot, try to get some money going. I'm like, nah, this bit, we shouldn't do this bit no more. You know? Then we come back and he go, hey, let's pass out some money, maybe get some Norm into some Speedos. Not Speedos. I'm like, wait. Like you're going, well, this is not going anywhere. Like, you know, we're doing like a week-long show, so I said, we shouldn't build it all up, and at the end, I don't do nothing. But he thought I was going to do it, so anyways, on the final day, he said, all right, well, we've been watching all week to see if Norm will, you know, wear some swimming clothes. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. He's like, how about we have a little, dance for him, you know, a fashion show. That's what it is. So two guys, they got thongs on, so their ass out there, and then they're dancing, and I'm like sitting on the chair, I'm like trying to pretend like that's cool. You know? Why did that bother me? So then the guy, then Carson Daly picks up the money, the money from trying to talk me into it. He goes, $150 in this. Either one of you that want to give Norm a lap dance. So they both come running at me on the beach. And I'm like, it was on the television and shit. So and I'm like, oh wait, like in a half a minute, like a guy's gonna be grinding his fucking ass on a cock. I'm like, that can't look good on my reel. And then, like me punching a guy in a Speedo, that's not gonna look good. That's gonna look even worse. So, but I had to decide, I only had like 5 seconds, because the guy was running so fast. So I just ran away. And then, even though it was by far the best of the 3 choices, I still had to pay for it. Because we came back and everybody was like, Norm the homophobe. People think he's gay or something if he lets a guy rub his ass in his face. Deeply closeted gay. We call ourselves DCGs. Deeply closeted gay. And here's the thing. Yeah, we're a secret gay. And you guys, here's the fucking problem. Nobody knows who's in the fucking group. You know what I mean? So we have a community, and we never know who else is there. We got you, and we're like, nah, forget it. Whatever. Not a great community. Always living a lie. If people don't understand, here's what people don't understand. Here's what people don't understand about deeply closeted gay guys. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Thanks, man. Is that they always because they don't know enough about our group community, the community of deeply closeted gay guys. So they tend to, because they're ignorant, they call you gay. You know what I mean? And then so many times I've had this conversation. I go, I'm a very closeted gay man, and they go, "Oh, I didn't know you were gay." And I'm like, "I'm not gay. What the fuck is wrong with your hearing?" I don't like gay people. Closeted gay. It's a tough thing to be, I'll tell you that. I got married, you know, keep up appearances, you know. So you gotta do a lot of shit like that. And Ruth, oh goddamn. You know, I know like the differences between men and women in a relationship, maybe kind of hack, you know, material for a comedian, but this comes from a guy who's a deeply closeted gay guy. So it's a different something you haven't heard, you know? Like, I know the difference between, you know, like after sex, you know, Ruth likes to cuddle. I like to vomit. She's a good looking lady, but I find her sexually repulsive. A nice lady. So she cuddles, I vomit. Sometimes I vanish. One of the two, vomit, vanish. Sometimes I'll just vanish and, you know, a couple days later come back where it's like, where were you? I'm like, I was getting some, there was a cat. And I got brought back to the house and they're like, looking for that cat. And I go, And she's like, how long that day? 20 minutes or something? But you've been gone 2 days. I'm like, no, it's a cat. That's not the only thing. People do different things. Like I was, house was on fire and shit. And so I was like, get some water, you know, throw the water in the fire. And then the other one was like, that's the guy, the cat, you know. Everybody's like, whatever. I'm like, whatever, you know, that's whatever. Their story, you know. I'm no hero, I just found him. She goes, how long did that take? I don't know, an hour. Well, you've been gone for 2 days. And I was telling you about the cat and sucked off a guy in the park. So many questions all the time. What are these questions, woman? Parks is one of the things I found most different since my days as just before I came out, you know. But, you know, for a straight guy, you go to a park, hey, park time, man, let's get out that potato salad, man, tired of it. Oh, it's good, you put mustard in it. And then don't forget about this, oh, hey, I hope there's no ants. That'll ruin everything. The ants come and we'll try to have fun, right? Meanwhile, I'm down a tree, hey, what's going on? That's the code. Don't do that no more. No. Whatever. No, I don't make no coin off it. It's love. You ever hear that expression? You ever hear, I would like to make love to you up your asshole. You would agree with that, right? No, something about don't go right together. It's funny because when you get to be a certain age, like I'm an old man, so I can't, my cock hasn't worked for a long time. I know it's fresh for nobody. That's a good thing, First of all, it's hard enough for me, to get an erection, like even during tax time or something like that. Let alone if the girl hated my guts that I was trying to lay down on top of. I think it would be hard for me to get real excited if she tried to scratch my eyeballs out. Listen, if you're really not into it. No, that's about 90% of it to me is how much the girl likes me. I can look around a lot if the girl likes me. You know what I mean? I go, well, she's, not easy on the eyes, I guess. I guess when she kept saying she liked me the whole time, she'd look better. Imagine a girl don't like you at all. I remember one time there was this girl and she was like, everybody into different things. Like I'm just into finding a girl, lying down on top of her for a while. I don't know, just as ordinary as you can imagine. And then I don't like when something else comes up. And one time there was this girl, she's like, she's whispering in my ear, she's like, you like it rough? I'm like, yes, but I don't. She's like, yeah. But I didn't want to go no, and then she's like, goes, so I go, yeah. It's the fucking worst thing ever. Because I'm not strong, So she's like resisting it, but I'm not doing anything. I'm throwing around and wrestling with it like my neck. Anyways, I could never, achieve an erection while I'm worried about my neck. Everything has to be just perfect for it to work at all, So a lot of things have to be in play at the same time. Sometimes I eat them pills, but I never had them. It scared me too much. Because of the heart thing, They go, eat the, I couldn't relax with a girl with my heart, thinking about my heart the whole time. And God forbid 4 hours ever pass. I'd rather shoot myself in the head. Phone a fucking doctor. Hey Doc, yeah, listen, I know I don't know you that much, but this fucking cock is rock hard. It's been hard for like 4 hours. What? No, I don't want to go to your fucking place. Yeah, I said the phone yet. My cock, when you heard a fucking emergency, like, hello? See a lot of gunshot wounds. I don't know if you can see over the... yeah. The cock. It's always hard. Why do I have to go in last? Sure, he got so filthy, I blame myself a little bit. I think porn wrecked my ability for actual sex life where I just, because I used to be happy, I'd lie down on top of a lady, everything would be fine. And then the girls liked that, because they knew there wasn't going to be anything weird, they knew their feet were not going to be involved in it. So a guy should tell you that early in the date. You know what I mean? If you're a girl or something like that, go, well, don't wait a long time until you're hopelessly in love with the person, And they're like, well, Gretchen, I guess it would take a blind fool not to see that I have feelings for you. I'm not sure I can go on without you. I hope you'll do me the service of always being with you. God, Earl, yes. All right, well, I'll be jizzing on your foot tonight. Why you made me love you and everything? I had to. I heard earlier if I told you. Can't say it right away if you're like that. Hard enough to find a girl, let alone you got these weird things. That porno wrecked it for me because it was too crazy. Like, I guess I came onto it too late in the scene and I didn't understand. Like, I thought porno early on was just where they put a picture of a famous person on like another picture. I didn't know. And then a guy showed me actual porno. I'm like, what? Like fucking thousands. It's like one of 1,100,000. I'm like, what? 1100,000 pictures, and then never see the same girl twice. You're like, when did everyone become a whore? What are these girls doing? I've never seen a girl do anything like this with me ever once. That was on the TV. I used to be on the TV. These guys, like, you never see the same girl twice. So it started out, I'd be whacking off all the time, way too often. But then you get desensitized, that word from the big books? So you need more and more, you know what I mean? You're like, you fucking can't, you're like, monster. Like, You can only take 8 cocks up her ass. Why did you get in the business if you're going to be a prude? I'll find the worst thing a person can do to another person. It's no good, man. You got to throw it away. Or it'll take you in, it'll pull you down the abyss. I looked into the abyss, and the abyss didn't look back, okay? What do you think of that? You got the vinyl. So lame. Oh, my God. So, been quite a year, huh, with the politics.
Don't do it, Norm.
Hey, listen. We got to admit what's going on in this country. There's an election, and we got Trump won. He won. He's the president of the United States. You have to live under a rock to not know that Trump is the president of the United States. I'm not telling you anything new. But now books are coming out about Trump, because it's been a year and a half since Trump got in, and it takes a year and a half to write a book. So all these books are coming out. They're called like the Trumpification of America. What happened? Why did Trump win? Where did the I saw one that said that. He's like, huh? How'd it go again, huh? Huh? Yeah.
Norm, talk about Pierre Charles.
Craziest voice I've ever heard. Wait, which guy is that guy there? Good Lord. Sorry, maybe you won't talk as loud next time.
Not as good as based on
Your
a true
voice,
story.
you know, crazy fucking sound like that, and then you look at the guy, and then you go, I hope these aren't the last pair of eyes I'll be looking at in life. Oh my God. Hey, I got a living will. You ever got one of these things? You know, I don't drink. Listen, I don't drink. I used to, you know, but in a way, sometimes, because I don't drink and I don't do drugs and shit. So I think people think I'm being righteous and fucking holier than thou and shit like that, and I'm not. I mean, I am. I'm holier than you guys, you know. No offense or nothing, but whatever. Trying to be holy all the time. You guys trying to get fucked and stuff like that. But look at this stuff. I say, oh, I don't do drugs. I never do drugs. Think about it. There's caffeine in this. The drugs. So think about this, right? Maybe I'm more of a hypocrite than I think. Oh, I don't do heroin, but I go to Starbucks, I drink 3 cups of coffee a day. Think about this for a second. It'll blow your mind. Caffeine, again. The drug. It's just what you happen to call a drug, what I happen to call a drug, right? So I go, oh no, me, Norm, ooh, no, how could I've never done acid, I'm not a drug addict, but I take LSD. Think about LSD for a second. In a way, it is a drug. You know, you want more of it, you know, it alters your sensibilities, you know. I went to this doctor, this fucking guy, a psychiatrist, he's like, this is all the guy ever says, stop taking fistfuls of LSD before the show. A broken record, this fucking guy is. I love how he's the expert. You should see this guy. Big green dog with a purple tongue. He knows everything, of course. Why wouldn't he know everything? Got all those melting books on the fucking wall. You can always check those out. Unbelievable. I don't know, man. So many, you know, people, you know, want to know heroes. You know, I'll tell you what I think a hero is in this society. The single mother. No, I'm just kidding. Volunteer fireman. If there was a hero contest between a volunteer fireman and a single mother, I'd take the volunteer fireman. I'll tell you what, I'll make my argument for the volunteer fireman. It's not a contest. I put him above all heroes, you know. I put him above police officers. I put him above, I'm trying to think of other ones. Single mothers, teachers, all of the heroes, you know what I mean? I put volunteer fireman right at the top, and I'll tell you why right now. 2 components. 1, incredible danger. 2, complete absence of pay. So when you put the 2 together, they're like, God damn, man, I've been in that fire 3 times. Here's your toy, you know. You guys give me a sandwich or something? I haven't eaten in days. Here's a little thing. So when people ask me who my hero is, right? Now maybe this is cliche, but I don't know. But they say, is it the fireman? And I go, no, it's not the fireman. It's not the postman. It's not the policeman. It's my old man. He was my hero, my father. But I'll tell you this. There's great truth in another aphorism that people say. Very great truth. Never meet your heroes. Never what you expect. You go, where are the cigarettes? You say you're bringing back cigarettes. Couldn't even think of that. Couldn't even have thrown that touch in. Oh, Lordy, Lord, Lord. Lord God. I feel like I'm in some afterlife or something. Things from my past. Funny, you know, not funny, I guess, but more tragic. What about this? I fucking meet Merle Haggard. You know Merle Haggard? So I'm in LA, nobody likes country music or nothing, so you can see them, you can see big stars in little tiny places. So I get to see Merle Haggard, who's still alive, you know, and so the woman comes up, some woman, she goes, would you like to meet Merle? I go, God damn, yeah, that'd be great. She goes, well, he'd like to meet you too. I'm like, oh, yeah. Then when she left, I was like, what, was that last thing? So then I get a little suspicious, you know, she goes back, and I have this thing fucking in my head, because when I was a kid, something happened with me and my dad about Merle Haggard. I have this story. I'm ready to tell Merle Haggard. And she comes back, she's like, yeah, right after he gets off, he's really excited to talk to you. I'm like, why do you keep saying this? You don't know who I am. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's impossible. So after the fucking show, we go in the back, and there's like you look into the catwalk, you know, that area where you see like the drummer and there. And so Merle Haggard's coming up. He just did the fight inside, he's walking up. And this woman starts whispering in his ear. He's like, my own fucking shit. This goes on forever. So now that I know I don't have long now. He's walking fast, so I have this thing. I try to leap into it. I go, I'm a big fan of yours, Mr. Haggard. When I was a little boy, he goes, I'm a fan of yours from the late night television and later on situation comedies. And he's fucking down. And then the woman's like, no, it was awful. She's fixing it all up for me. So here I was going to tell Merle Haggard a great story. Turned out he liked me. One time I did a fucking charity event. And when you do, here's the thing. If you do a charity event, if the word charity is in the title, let's say at the word celebrity, right? There's never that big a celebrity. That's why they have to put the word celebrity. They don't use that word like in movies and shit. You know, they go, celebrity movie. Celebrities will be in this television show. So when you have to fucking identify yourself as a celebrity, it's humiliating. I was starting out and the fucking guy comes over to the thing, he goes, would all celebrities identify yourself at table 2? You're like, So anyway, it's a golf tournament. It's me, right? Fucking horrible golfer who's super competitive and gets angry and never funny or nothing. Worst possible celebrity you could ever get picked. So anyways, it's a celebrity, a businessman that pays a lot of money to do it, you know, and then a pro, you know. So I get out early, I'm with the businessman, and he says to me, he says, I wonder who our celebrity is. And you gotta say, like, you know, your credits, and he's like, It's horrible. So anyways, two twosomes up is, no, I'm sorry, the next twosome, it was already started, the next threesome rather, Chachi was in it. This guy's like, there's Chachi. I'm like, yeah, fuck. I know this fucker. I'm like, that's not his name even, Chachi. His real name's Scott. I was making jokes like, hey Scott, what's going on? You gonna play Chachi today? And and then I was afraid we'd catch up to him, you know. And, my thing would be broken. It's funny when you meet like celebrities. There was a guy. That was so funny. Wasn't that funny, that bit about Carson Daly? How funny was that bit? What do you think? I had a guy from my generation. His name was Byron Allen. And he was like this, but way more fucking popular. This motherfucker got billions of dollars. Nobody's smarter than this guy. And so he would just do a show, like he did this show, Comics Unleashed. And the idea was you take 4 comics. I did it. I did this show. And first of all, you couldn't be more leashed. But unless they put physical leashes around your fucking mouth and shit, really wasn't much fucking time to get overly, you know, edgy on Byron Allen's Comics Unleashed. And he didn't know how to do fucking like segues where you go from one thing to another. So you go, now here we have Robert Schimmel with us. Tell us what's going on in your life. He goes, well, I had cancer, and then you know, I fucked my daughter's friend. Something like that. And then Byron Allen goes, now when do you leave me? You have a cat? Nothing had anything to do with what happened a moment before. You're like, what's going on with time and shit? And like, but he said the craziest sentence I ever heard anybody say ever in my whole life. There was a guy, John Lovitz, was on the show, and he looked at John Lovitz, like I'm looking at you right now, and he said, now I understand, John, you're growing older. Smart guy though, that motherfucker. I did that show like about 10 years ago. I think they gave me $200, and I saw it last night, about 3 in the morning. Yeah. I think you showed it about 500 times. Fucking so smart. Here's the other show called The Entertainers. This is a brilliant piece of performance art by Byron Allen. What he does is he goes to what's called a junket. You know, so if you have a movie out, right? You go to a hotel room and everything, you rent out that movie, and you get all kinds of people who come in and ask you questions about the movie. So the guy from KLTA comes in, and then this other dude comes in, and then a national, and then a guy from USA Today comes in, and then Byron Allen comes in. He sneaks in. And then he doesn't ask, you know, there's always a poster of like Red Dawn 3 or something like that. But he never brings that up. And so anyways, because he goes to these, he has the biggest stars in the world, and the show's called The Entertainers. They play about 3:30 in the morning. And you can't even believe what you're hearing. Like it starts, it goes, it just says the entertainers, then it goes, Harrison Ford, Adam Sandler, Will Smith, Angelina Jolie, Barack Obama, for like fucking 15 minutes. That guy's fucking brilliant. Then he does the most brilliant thing I've ever seen anybody do. He takes the guys that are really big stars, right, that are white, and he guilts them into pretending they know him. Like he'll go like, Tom Cruise, now the last time I talked to you, we were talking about our kids. And Tom Cruise goes, oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, because we're friends. Yes, of course we are. No, we're friends. Kind of a brilliant guy. But those guys, man, you know those guys, it's like Trump. You go, motherfucker can make things happen from nothing. Just turn them into something, you know? Like I remember Trump, when they started that campaign, they said, well, you don't got no platform or shit. And he goes, I have the hat. He had a hat. I remember this real clearly. Because me and my kid were laughing. He said, you got a hat. Well, it turns out he was right the whole fucking time. It's amazing, man. It's so depressing talking about fucking politics all the time. Ah, man alive. I'm just trying to live forever, you know, it's my, it's a hobby I've had for a while. So far, so good. Part of me actually thinks I can. I guess in the future, people probably won't die, you know. We'll all die. All of us will die. Let's be honest. But in the future, it'd be bad to be the last generation of dead people. That would suck the worst. Knowing that people might live forever, though. Hey, Jeff was telling us a story about people who used to die. Fuck off, Jeff, and all your horseshit. I was saying horseshit, Jeff. No, he said they die like trees. You know, they die. That was Jeff and horseshit. Oh, man, alive. I got my living will. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a thing, right? If I can give you any piece of advice that's morbid, I would say get a living will, you know, because you never know when you're going to be in a coma. And listen, you probably won't be. Let me think here statistically. It will happen to a couple of you. I'm not going to say exactly who, because I don't think that would be fair. And I could fuck up time somehow, you know. But anyways, what a living will is you put down what happens, what you want to have happen when you're in a coma. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's about the plug. Mostly it's about the plug. And mine's very short. It just goes, hey, get your fucking grubby paws off my plug. That plug just stays where it is. The first thing. Because here's the thing, right? If you don't do it yourself, you know, then your family is going to have to decide, and I wonder what they're going to decide. Maybe they decide every time, always, ever, forever. Because, and I don't blame them, because, you know, somebody in a coma, it's not a lot of fun to hang out with. For a few weeks, it's a, you know, kind of bring other people, you know, but you know, after a year, you're a crossword or something. If you can hear anything at all, bigger than a centipede. I don't know. You probably, even if you know, it might be torture for you. But yeah, no. If you're, you know, if your family is imagine if you could hear. That'd be the worst. But you can't say anything. You hear your family, and you know, the doctor's like, "Well, it's been 2 weeks now. Again, as I tell you all the time, you can make the decision at any time." Listen. I know I've asked you this before also, but did anybody have any recollections of, did Norm ever say anything? I know you said he never mentioned the topic, but on further thinking about it, did Norm ever say anything about being in this situation? And then my brother would be like, oh yes, that, yep. One time we were at dinner, and then I was saying about plugging in and the coma and everything, and then he's like, kill me. And then we can all go back to our lives, right? Yeah, that's right. I don't even have one plug. I have like a series of plugs. I can give you all my notes later. Because I don't one plug. What if a fucking guy with one of those big thick brooms? You know those fucking Sanders? Big wide broom? Fucking hits my plug? And my brother's slipping him a 20 in the fucking hallway there. I know the wicked ways of men. You should just use like common sense, not what your family thinks you might think, right? You gotta go, okay, let's suppose we fucking woke him up. Let's suppose we got to wake him up for 1 minute. What do you think he'd say? You know what I mean? You'd go, okay, Andy, you got 1 minute. Here's the deal, you're in a coma. 2 choices. 1, you lay there on the bed with the TV. 2, we kill you and bury you in earth. Which one do you choose? That's a question? That's a question you ask people? 1, I want to say that quickly. I can't believe it's hard for me to believe that's even a question you guys ask. My mother said, you don't want to be a bird. And I'm like, oh no, God forbid. You should have to skip a fucking game of euchre once every 2 weeks. Come and touch the back of my hand so that I know that I am. Feels burdensome for me too. I'm fucking plugged into the motherfucking wall. That'd be a bad diagnosis, man. That day. That's the funny thing. A doctor can't really give you good news. Think about it, right? Like, a doctor will never come to you and go, hey, you checked out your blood panels, Mr. Anderson, and good news, you're immortal. You don't have to come back here no more. Good for you. That's the Ray Bob. They're the ones with the news, that's the only news that's important, and they're the only ones that can be good. The only thing it could be is like you go, we check your blood panels, nothing yet. So keep coming back. Every once a year. One day I'm going to tell you something. Take you to your knees. You'll be crying. You'll be crying. I guess you gotta kind of. The good thing about death nowadays, people die peacefully. You know what I mean? Like you have a peaceful death with your loved ones around, and that's because you're pumped full of Dilaudid. and you've never been higher in your entire life. You're like, what's she crying about over here? She's crying because I'm dying. I keep trying to tell you, it's like on the TV. Because that's like, that's not what it used to be, you know what I mean? Like not long ago, 60 years ago, you'd be a little boy, and just eating with your father at the table, and fucking second week of, your grandfather's wolfish howls. God damn, Dad, you beat the goddamn thing. And also, I don't think they were brave back then either. You know what I mean? I think that might be a lot of drugs, make you brave and shit. Because I'm not. Why would I be brave in a goddamn with death? Death of all people. Death? Death. Death. We choose everything over death. You know what I mean? A guy comes over and goes, do this or I'll kill you. I'll do the thing. Whatever it is. I'll do that. Death. It's hard to even fathom, Not being afraid of death. I'm afraid of people whose skin color is different than my skin color. And I'm not going to be afraid of death. My mother's like, you'd be bored living forever. I'm like, oh, you couldn't be more wrong about anything. I don't know that you know me or what. But that's what she thinks is boring, Just, oh yeah, living forever. Oh, doing things that you could never imagine doing. Things that you couldn't even not imagine doing. What a yawner that is. Hey! I love that idea of my mother's book, getting buried in the earth. That never gets old. Lying underneath the earth. Fucking laugh a minute there. Oh, lordy. So I could be 96. This is me when I'm dying. Please, no! Not me! Oh, take my grandson. I've heard you can make some sort of a deal. I've got no bravery and shit. Try, fuck it. I don't know if you've ever been faced with what you think could happen to you. Like I was wondering what would happen to me if if a guy pointed a gun at me, right? And I always thought what I'd do would be I'd karate chop a fucker on the and then he'd drop the gun, I'd grab it. Anyway. That didn't happen. I was walking down the street, right? It was like fucking 3 in the morning, something like that. I was walking down 7 and going to my apartment, and I don't know what I was. I had music on, I was zoned out. It's 3, 4 in the morning, and a guy was on the phone yelling, and I didn't realize that. That's how I don't know. He was yelling at whoever this guy, like that, and I had no clue. And then I got close to him, and then I'm about 10 feet from him, and he looks at me up like this, and he has a gun. I didn't see the gun. It was in his hand. And he goes, hey, get the fuck out. And then the gun is like this, And I never even thought of karate chopping. the gun was like right there, and I was like, and then like there's a thing, flight, what? Fight or flight? Okay, I didn't do either one. I just froze. There's a third one, it turns out. They don't tell you. So I froze, and then I don't know how long I froze for. It could have been like 25 minutes. And the guy was kind of going like this, and he'd be talking, and then he'd look again and go like that. And I thought he's just going to make a thing, and then the gun will accidentally go off and shoot me in the head during one of his things. So then I just turned around like this after a big long time. I was like, if I hear a firecracker sound and my shirt's wet, well, it's been a good life, you know. Good city to die in, New York City. Guy was asking me about the death penalty there. You ever have guys ask you smart questions like you're supposed to fucking know? You go, can't you fucking Google that shit? Can't you Google smart guy answers question? You fucking have to ask me. But I was thinking about it, and I was thinking the thing that always strikes me about these every time you hear about a death penalty case, then you hear the case. It's so fucking like out of line with the, you know, with the death penalty. You know, it's always like the guy like it's not good risk reward. It's not like he pulled off a Brinks robbery of a truck where if he gets away with it, it's like he killed a guy and got $25 and a can of STP and a Japanese TV, and he executed the guy and his wife and everything. And he's driving away. They're always happy. Ahead for the first time in my life. I think I'll stop at a bar and brag about it to everybody. So then they get caught. Everybody fucking saw it, you know. And so then they go up. And then also you go, how did that happen to him if the guy's 36? How did he fucking get to be 36? And it didn't do nothing. And then one night did a whole bunch of crazy shit all at once. But anyway. Then he has to go, and everybody knows he's guilty. And then they go, and then they have the weirdest thing. They charge you. Then the judge gets to decide what your sentence is going to be. Sometimes the jury. And here's the two options: life or death. Two opposite things. More opposites. Polar opposites. Direct. I don't like saying polar opposites anymore because I was thinking about it, and when you think about it, the poles are very similar. But these things are direct opposites, life and death. And you know what you're hoping for. You go, I hope life. It's like you hope for every fucking day. Right, you wake up, I hope I live today. So you want that, that's what you want that jury foreman to say. Life, you go, God damn. I'm glad I didn't say death. What a relief that is. And then if he says death, you're like, And that's why then they have that fucking, they have so much weird shit in death penalty. Like they have that thing about the last meal. And you go, this is kind of weak. Like, is this just to make the guy feel a little better, the judge, you know? He's like, well, Edgar Johnson Hopkins, I got some bad news for you. Well, bad news and good news. You like a ribeye steak? A good ribeye steak. There's a place down by the penitentiary, goddamn. I take my wife there every year for a birthday. I get a steak and mashed potato. She gets the... Oh, she always says that you gotta try the key lime pie. She says the key lime pie is just too... Listen now, and then the guy goes away. Now the guy is in jail, and everybody's fucking dying all the time, you know. As soon as he makes a friend, the fucking guy fucking dies. And then you're alone, you know, because they just put you in solitary confinement. They don't even give you a prison outfit. You can wear your regular clothes, doesn't fucking matter. And you're in there, and then it's just you, it's small. You and nothing. Regret, you and regret. I guess that's for all of us. But that's more like condensed, you know what I mean? The regret is more focused. It's more like, fuck, I don't even fucking like cashews that much. What was I thinking? $35 doesn't go far these days. What the fuck was I thinking anyway? God damn, I gotta start thinking. It's too late because they're gonna put him in. Hey, what about this? The fucking chair. How crazy. If you think, how will we kill him? We gotta fucking, you know, we can't let these people live. You gotta, what would be the best way, though, to kill them? What, you got something, Billy? Yes, I was thinking, what about this? We got a chair. This chair is so fucking hot. I'm not talking about like a hot chair like where after your uncle sits in or some shit like that. I'm talking about crazy hot. So hot that it'll fucking cook you from the inside and it'll fucking bubble all your fucking insides into the liquid and it'll come out your mouth and shit like that. Guy's like, I don't think we have to go any farther. Billy wasn't in. I don't know how he does it. He always gets the best idea right away, the first idea. Fucking psychotic. Craziest fucking shit ever. How can anyone fucking never works? And then you have the last night. You have your last. That's where you get the free dinner. So last night, and then you bring over. That's where you bring over all your family for the last night. And that's got to be a lot of fun. You think fucking Thanksgiving's uncomfortable. How do you even think you're fucking going to die if you got to put up with all your fucking... You're like, what? I was just saying how Aubrey now is going into the third. I don't give a fuck. We're only talking about me tonight. I'm going to get killed tomorrow. What the fuck? What the fuck about Aubrey? Then everybody goes away and he's left with a sad-faced pastor. He's an odd guy to pair him off with at the end of his life. They couldn't have be more distant, you know what I mean? Like, you want a whore or something. Why shouldn't he get to choose? God damn, he got to choose the last meal. Do you think ever he would go, they go, anybody you want to be with? You got a sad-faced pastor? A guy, not a woman pastor, you know, a guy with a... Then they have to walk down the last mile. I mean, it's some weird ritual. It's like a mile, motherfucker. I'm a hardened criminal. A mile, I didn't get into hardened crime to walk a fucking mile. Plus, I got a thing, you know, what is it, a joke or something? Is this whole thing a joke? Is it? Oh, but maybe got a flash for a second. Finally, you get there. And then, at that point, only one thing can save you. The red phone that never rings, ever. But it's there. It's a phone that's directly to the home of the governor who's fallen asleep in front of the bathtub. And he wrote down like things to do tomorrow. Pardon that fucking guy. So the guy goes down, he's like, hey, I think I saw the phone. Did the phone just ring? And the guy's like, no, everybody thinks that. I heard it explain once something about optic tricks that happen as death. We don't need to know the title, but anyway. How you doing anyway? How are you? Gotta have small talk with the guy. Oh, God, it got a little grim at the end. I blame myself, first. I do. Listen, if I die, I'm going to die. And I really, you know what I'd like? This is going to sound maybe corny or something like that. But I think if I died, really all I'd ever want is for like some of my friends to just get together and try to bring me back to life. It couldn't hurt, you know. I have a God, so I like the people that are envious and atheists. I wish I could. I go, yeah, well, of course, you wish you could have a God. But fucking tell me. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool having a God. You know, and it's depressing. Like if I didn't have a God, like if I just didn't believe in nothing, you know, then this would be my day. I'd wake up like, I'm gonna eat some Count Chocula and watch Sports Center. And then I go to sleep. It wouldn't really matter to me. This is what I would not do if I was an atheist. I wouldn't become like a guy trying to talk other people into being atheists, because I think that may be a sin. You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, you over there with the gleam of hope in your eyes. Come on over here, pal. I want to talk to you. Use some smart words. It turns out you're born, you live, and then you die, and then dirt. All right, well, goodbye. Hey, you want to come over to my house and talk about it all the fucking time? With my friends constantly? That's why I just go with whoever sounds the best. Because, you know, here's the thing about God, right? Does God exist? He either exists or he doesn't exist. All right? One of them is for sure true. Then you go, well, what about the evidence? Is there any evidence he exists? No. And is there any evidence he doesn't exist? Nah. So now you're kind of fucked, because really, maybe the most important question there is, you're forced to hazard a guess. Could be a lot on the motherfucking line. Worst case scenario, there's nothing on the line. So then what I do is I look at different items. I go, all right, what do you got? What are you offering? And I go, well, after you die, you'll hang out and see all the people from the past. And Mom, Dad, and your dog, Barky. Mike Barky? What? Wait, how do you know about Barky? Oh yeah, you asked me a lot. Well, that sounds pretty good. Wait, I got to tell the other guy about his thing. Hey, what about you? What happens afterwards? What? After I die. Dirt. I'm going to talk to this guy over here for a minute more. Hold on. You're talking about Barky, right? So, always remember you're free to choose. I think people don't understand that. They think they got to somehow just reveal to them or something. Just take a fucking guess. That's all anyone ever does. Nobody's going to show up. I would believe in God if he showed up. Well, what? Of course he did. Then you'd have to be insane. Look, it's God. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. That's the guy I don't believe in. God damn. It's really good Red Bull. Whew. Golly. I think in life, you should have more than just jokes. I think comedy should be more than laughs. I think comedy should be important, about important things. Not about Tic Tacs, Special K, but important things. Cannibalism. Here's the cause of taking a great deal of my time. A great deal of my time. And anybody that knows me well, and if you don't, go to the computer. I've worked tirelessly. It's been tiring, but tirelessly. I've been working against cannibalism. Now listen, I'm not going to start. I'm not going to worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to start yapping at you, about cannibalism. How you believe your guys are at the age where your views on cannibalism are set. They're not going to change by anything I understand. I get them young. I get the kids in the high school, stuff like that. And I tell them, hey, it's not like you're going to be cool being eating a guy. I mean, you're going to be cool. I'm not lie, but it's going to be cool for a while if you ate a fucking guy. But in the long term, it's not good. Like everything. And sometimes I think to myself, oh, look at you, champion of the not being eaten. And yet you never had to make that decision because you're so spoiled, you always you could eat a cheese sandwich. What if you didn't have that choice, right? What if the only thing between you and life was the consumption of a fellow human being? What if you lived in the Andes? In the Andes, they don't have like 7-Eleven, shit like that. They have one thing to eat. Fellow human beings. So you take the airplane, and now first of all, if you take an airplane that goes over the Andes, it's on you too, a little bit. At this point. Can I get a small plane to go over the Andes? Get a small white plane? A snow white plane if you got one. I mean, So people, they go and then they crash. Then they're faced with the questions. After a month goes by, they get really hungry. They're faced with that super ethical question of whether or not, I wouldn't be, because I'd be thinking about it on the way up. I go, I would have eaten that mother and fucker in E3. I'll eat that fucker immediately. It looks delicious. And then, there's nobody that would expect that, you know what I mean? I'm like, fucking bathroom, like while they're splitting the peanuts and shit, you know? It's strong, it's ready to start, you know? Eat everybody in front of me. Wouldn't that be a way of being? Life was decided by cannibals, you know? Stock market would plummet. Sometimes I try to say, what do I really fear, you know? You know, because you think you fear things, oh, I hope that thing doesn't happen, or oh, what about the other thing? Or oh, but what if you go down real deep and you go, what frightens me the most? What is underneath all my other fears? That's the bigger. I'm talking about psychology, about the back of your brain. You know how you have the front of your brain, you think that does all the thing, but no, there's the back, the subconscious. And that, the back part, does all the actual thinking. The front part doesn't do anything. Oh, thank you so much. So, for instance, my buddy told me he's a psychiatrist, not a psychiatrist, but he took psychiatry at the school. And everything's psychiatry, this guy's everything's psychology. Like, I was having a glass of milk with him. He goes, you know why you're having that glass of milk, right? So I said, it's not because I like milk, I know that, because I went on to the guy. I've been around him enough. And he says, no, it's because you like that glass of milk on account of you still want to suck on your mother's breast. And my mother's a nice lady. God bless her. Then it came time for him to order. He gets 2 meatballs and a banana. I go, hey, hold on a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not even on the menu. Were you special ordering it? Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a place in Chicago. It's called the Kingston Mines. And this is a blues club. And you go and you watch the blues singer. They're like 80 years old, you know. And you listen to these songs. And you know how you think your life's fucking shit? These guys, god damn. You can tell by their names. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Chicago, Illinois, Mr. Shit Life Johnson. Come on out here, Shit Life. No arms, no legs. He's singing the blues. Come on, Shit Life. Hurry up now, people are coming. Companion. And then Shit Life, he sings a blues song because that's what he fucking, what do you expect he's gonna sing? Can't expect many dance numbers from a guy named Shit Life, I know that. Learned that the hard way. I went into the bathroom at the fucking Kingston Mines. So they have a machine on the wall, condom machine. So you can buy a condom, so you can lay down on top of a lady without having a child. So I had no lady or nothing, you know. I don't need a condom, you know. So there's another machine beside the condom machine, and that machine, it says porno plenty, right? And there's a little book you can buy. I've bought them before. They're about this big, like that, right? And what they are is they're Well, you know the Horn of Plenty. This is called Porn of Plenty. Like the Horn of Plenty. Like on the cover of every one, there's that cornucopia thing, and you know how like different produce is tumbling out of it, like oranges and celery and so forth. Anyway, in Porn of Plenty, it's naked ladies, you know, but just cartoon etching. What I'm trying to point out is this: it's 35 cents. It's something literate. It's highly arousing. I figure I got 35 cents. So I put it in, and nothing happens. I pull it and shit like that, nothing happens. And then you're in I don't have the balls to go out and go, hey, what the fuck happened to my Porno Planet? Get your coat, honey, this is bullshit. What kind? I thought you were getting your coat. I'll pull the car around, you get your coat. You think this Porno Plenty? Oh God, the show ended so long ago. I made a great joke without even understanding it. I said the joke ended so long ago, it's not even funny. Joke just happened. How about that? Joke wrote itself. Woo! Hotter than a $2 pistol in here. Yeah, what about this joke? A guy is a Mexican. He spends his entire life as a migrant worker, working hard, and his sweat and his toil has reduced him, but also made him powerful. That is left. And even though his shoulders stoop, his chin is held high by a neck made powerful by hard work. And he has saved his money for 50 years, and he buys a bookstore. And he decides, because he loved reading books when he was a child in Mexico. And so he has done his dream. He has made a bookstore, and it's doing quite well. And after about a couple of months, a big redneck guy comes in, and he says, hey, Mexican! And the Mexican is startled, but sadly not as startled as he should be. He says, hey, Mexican, do you have that new Donald Trump book? Mexican says, no, sir. No, sir, I do not have it. He goes, you don't even understand English, Mexican? I believe I'm speaking fluent English. I don't have the book to recommend me. What the fuck is wrong with you, Mexican? God damn, are you stupid? Why the fuck? God damn it. I want Donald Trump's book, I have to deal with a fucking Mexican. So now, a cork has been fury. That which was contained, unfettered. That which was in, out. And with all the power at his command, the elderly Latino gentleman said, I don't want you here. Get out and never darken my doorstep Again, you filthy animal. He's like, yes, that's the name of it. Now, hey, you guys have been great. I love you.
Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Thank you.